You've got to write a literature review, but what should it be about? You're going to learn how to identify a great topic right now. Hi, everybody. I'm Leigh from teachingacademia.com, and I'm all about giving you the tools you need to navigate academia to make your best impact. Today, we're talking about how you decide on a topic for a literature review, all right? And you want to be very thoughtful and careful about this because you don't want to just be picking any old thing just because you've got to get, for example, an assignment done, all right? So this video assumes that you've got to write a literature review. It's been assigned to you in a class, but you're not really sure, how do I make a decision about where it is I want to spend my time? And I'm going to give you 3 different tips to help guide you on that. So here we go. All right, first of all, your topic should be of interest to you. Don't be picking a topic that you're not interested in. Don't be picking a topic that you're lukewarm about. Pick one that you're really excited to dig into and learn more about, okay? Why do I say that? I'm telling you this because this paper, right, this assignment, whatever you want to call it, right, doing this literature review is going to get hard and it's going to be a whole lot of not fun, all right? It's basically you're going to be on a little bit of a coaster here, okay? And there's going to be times when you're super into it and things are going super well and everything's just flowing and it's easy and you're finding out all this cool stuff. And then there's going to be days where you can't find any of the data that you need to find. None of the articles that you're pulling are relevant to your question. It's boring. Everything seems repetitive. It's just hard, okay? So when things start to get hard, boring, and you don't want to do it, the one thing that's going to keep you motivated, that's going to get you through, is your overall interest and passion in the topic that you selected. Make sure that you are in love with your topic, all right? Now, this brings me to number 2. Make sure, ideally, okay, that your topic that you're going to be exploring here, make sure that it connects in some ways with your studies or your research, all right? So, for example, back in the day when I was a doctoral student, I knew that I was really interested in kids, teenagers that had reading difficulties, okay? So in a class, when I was assigned to do a literature review, what I did was I sliced something off that allowed me to explore that topic deeper, understand it better, right? Really enrich my work and my overall understanding of the literature, okay? So you can do that in lots of classes, right? Because there's lots of different things lots of different pieces that you can slice off to study that literature in whatever topic that you are interested in, okay? And so what this does is then it makes you a really well-rounded person. It helps you really deeply understand the literature. It helps you understand what we have and have not studied and what are the existing gaps in the literature so that when you get to your dissertation, everything is going to feed very nicely. Now, this might not work out perfectly if you're in your first year. If you're in your first year, you might take your best guess at what you're super interested in and do it and find out that it's not really your thing, and that's okay, all right? But kind of going forward, this is what we're going towards, right? We want everything to connect to a bigger picture. So if you can articulate the broader problem that you're interested in, right? Like I said, I'm interested in students with academic reading difficulties, teenagers with academic reading difficulties, then I can start formulating questions about, to study the literature on as it relates to that. And that's what we're going for here. All right, so this brings us to point number 3, which is make sure you've got enough literature to do your review on, okay? And actually, this can work in one of 2 ways, right? You can end up with not a lot, and so you don't have enough data to make any claims, or you can end up with too much, and then it becomes unmanageable. So a lot of times what this involves is sort of getting in and doing some article searches, and we're going to look at how you do that in a future video, but how you're getting in, looking at the article searches, and then seeing, well, what's out there, right? How much is there on this? And sometimes it's a matter of expanding or contracting the date range that you're looking at, all right? So if you start off in the past 10 years and you only find 5 studies, but if you expand to the past 30 years and you find, let's say, 300 studies, right? So now you've gone from too little to too much. But then you rope it in, and let's say you do 15, and you end up, the last 15 years, and you end up with 50 studies, okay? So then you might say, well, all right, that's what I need to do. I need to sort of refine how I set this up, how I ask my question, so that we're just looking at the last maybe 15 years, okay? So you want to make sure that you've gotten something that's interesting, that is doable, that there's enough literature out there that you can actually do a literature review. If you've got a really interesting topic, but there's just nobody studied it, great. That might make a great dissertation, especially if it's super important and needed. But you're going to have to then work to sort of find a tangential aspect of it to do your literature review on. So it's not impossible if you have found something that you're really passionate about, but like there's only 3 studies on it or something. You just need to sit down with your advisor or a trusted mentor and say, look, this is what I'm interested in. There's just nothing on it. Do a literature review. What are some related areas? Get somebody to help you think through some tangential areas that you can do a literature review on so that you can do work that you are passionate about. All right, so that's how you get started with thinking about how you use your interest to inform your literature review. And I'm going to see you in the next video.